We sat less than 2 weeks ago with an amazing group of Shambhara from all over the world. Thank you. In a vortex, a real vortex, called the Great Pyramid. Not only because it is a vortex aligned with grids and ley lines and things like that, because it has become a vortex for humanity. Consciousness helped to create it as such a powerful vortex. It is imprinted in the memories and the consciousness of humans all over the world. It is imprinted on some of your paper money. It is a vision and a picture that the large majority of humanity has seen and knows about. And with this group of Shambhara sitting in the inner chamber, talking about the mysteries of life, getting into the real secrets of life. We told this group that it doesn't matter at all. And we could feel a sense of sorrow and sadness and disbelief amongst this group. What do you mean, Tobias? I could hear some of them saying, what do you mean it doesn't matter? I'm supposed to be here on earth right now because it matters. I'm supposed to be a standard of new energy because it matters. I'm on a mission, don't you understand, Tobias? I'm on a mission. Although I'm lost as hell, I'm on a mission. I lost everything along the way. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know who I am, but it's a hell of a mission, Tobias. It's a hell of a mission. What do you mean it doesn't matter? It was almost like I was taking something away from them. A sense of passion, a sense of purpose. It doesn't matter, I told this group. It truly doesn't. Why? Because you're already there. We talked about it before. You've already arrived at whatever place it is you wanted to arrive at. Some of you say, I've told Saint Germain that you chose ascension. So you have ascended. You're there. Now you're just experiencing what it was like to get there. It doesn't matter because, dear Shambhara, it is so natural and it is so much a part of you. This entire process of expansion or evolution or whatever you want to call it, you're already there. You were there when you crossed through the wall of fire and experienced all of the potentials of every lifetime, physical and non-physical, of everything you would ever think, everything you would ever do, and all of its sub-potentials and their sub-potentials. You'd already arrived. So it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Oh, I know that hurts. Well, then why should I wake up in the morning? Why should I try? You're absolutely right. Why should you? Why should you keep struggling? You shouldn't, really. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why should I keep holding up the entire earth on my shoulders, carrying the burdens and the energy of humanity? You shouldn't. You should just let it down. It doesn't matter. They're going to do just fine. They haven't all chosen what you've chosen. They haven't all chosen to ascend or even to become enlightened or even just to have a single good day. But it doesn't matter because sooner or later they will. Or maybe not. It doesn't matter. They are going through such a sacred and such a personal process. If they're lost, if they're absolutely lost, it doesn't matter because they're going to find themselves in their state of being lost. They will find themselves. It doesn't matter that they're imprisoned in their own consciousness or that you are. It doesn't matter because sooner or later, as in the infamous, illustrious, and grand Dhamma Saint Germain, trapped in his crystal, in the greatest simplicity that you could ever imagine, Saint Germain realized, if I got myself into this, I can also get myself out of it. If I created the illusion of my prison, I can also create the illusion of my freedom. It doesn't matter, Shambhala. What grander thing could we have told the group in the Great Pyramids? And it doesn't matter. What more of a vacuum, of a sadness than we felt with some in that group? Those who were here on a mission. Those who are here struggling against the currents, and those who are here going through their own games, going through their own processes. It doesn't matter. Go through the games and go through the processes, because you're going to turn out just fine. I can say that. I've walked a few miles in your sandals. I know what it's like to come to that point of absolute oneness with self, absolute love with self, falling in love with yourself, where you suddenly realize it doesn't matter. I am that I am. I always have been, always will be. It doesn't matter. I remember thinking to myself in my journey, my final realization of my ascension, I wished I could go back in time and tell myself it doesn't matter. And then I could have enjoyed the entire journey of getting there. And you know what? I did go back. I absolutely went back unto myself, unto everything that I'd ever done and experienced. And I told myself, soul to human embodiment, I told myself, it doesn't matter. Now, I didn't always listen. I didn't want to listen. I didn't care to listen, because I was, in my human incarnation, I was so embroiled with my dilemmas and my dramas. I was so involved in my games, my musings, but also in my creations and my relationships. I didn't want to hear that voice that said, it doesn't matter. You're already there. You live in the best of times and the worst of times. You live in the times of wisdom and the times of foolishness, and it doesn't matter. You live in a time of great change. And you live in a time that doesn't need change at all, because it's already there. So I ask each one of you today, I ask all across this world, why are you here? What is it that you choose? If you're already there, if you're already in your ascension, which we told you in our second year of series, in our discussions, in our shouts, then what is it that you're here for? Do you have to have such a mission? And do you have to have such a purpose? Do you have to be needed by someone or something else? Do you have to be a crusader still? Do you have to get on that horse and cross vast lands to tell and to show other people how to live and what to believe? Or can you be here on earth right now as yourself? Just because. That's a good enough reason, I discovered. Just because. Why are you here on earth? Just because, damn it. It's the best of times, it's the worst of times. I wouldn't want to miss it for anything. Why are you here? Just because I can be here. Because I can be in a body, and what a luscious thing it is. Just because I can feel human emotion. I can taste human food. I can actually feel human pain and human struggling. That's a reason in itself. Because I can feel this thing called love from one to the other. I can pet a dog. I can sing out loud and hear myself. Just because. What a grand and marvelous thing it is for a creator to do it just because. If nothing else, for the experience. You don't get points on the other side for the total number of experiences that you've had, for the difficulty and the challenges of experience. You're only admired for the depth and for the compassion of the experience with yourself.